Hello! Today we are making this super cool birthday cake. This design is very easy but super effective and everyone can do it. So let's start. So we were invited to a birthday party and they didn't have any theme and wanted just a cake. So basically I've got a creative freedom and I thought that the foil balloon cake would be quite impressive. The only request they had is Oreo flavor, so I've got some cookies, I crushed them in a bag and mixed it in my Italian buttercream. I already baked my chocolate sponges and I swapped some cocoa with black cocoa to enhance the flavor even more. Otherwise, I'm assembling just the regular cake. The birthday boy is turning 8 and it's the perfect number for a balloon cake. Because there is almost zero leftovers and the middle parts you can just eat them. That's what I did, I made a trifle. So I cut the centers out and started assembling the cake. This is my standard chocolate cake recipe and it's not a butter based, like standard layer cake. It's a sponge, so it requires some soak. That is why I'm using milk here. And it also contains oil instead of butter, so it stays soft even at lower temperatures, which is perfect for our outdoor October party. So I'm just assembling the cake like regular one, and you also can use a bundt cake here or just bake your layers in a bundt cake pan. There are some like donut shaped ones, so you won't even need any carving. But I will need to carve these cakes, and at this stage I'm just crumb coating them. After assembling both cakes, I looked up the number 8 foil balloon and it's weird. It's more like letter S, so I decided to not make completely realistic one. Anyway, everyone will understand that this is balloon, right? So I just carved the edges to shape the cakes to look more like a donut. And then I crumb coated them again. It's quite weird to stack and carve the cakes in my room, and usually I do it in the kitchen obviously, but for video purposes I do it here, and it's so uncomfortable because in the kitchen you just clean on the go, and here I'm like so worried about the video and like so yeah, I cleaned up all the crumbs and crumb coated cakes again, and this time I'm using this flexible smoother to smooth the buttercream. And if you don't have one, just use a piece of acetate, it will work too. If you don't like a lot of frosting, you can skip the final coat, but usually I try to make my cakes reasonably smooth before covering them with fondant, so it's easier. I was working on another cake in the meantime, on a pumpkin, and that's why there is another bowl of dark ganache. It's not for this cake, sorry. So my donuts, they were chilling in the fridge, and now it's time for the final coat. I'm making it reasonably thick because of all the Oreo bits and pieces, and I don't want them to affect the fondant. I want the top of the cake to be very smooth. And usually I cover my cakes in ganache, and I can achieve like a really smooth top, but for this cake you don't need that. I'm assembling the cake on this cardboard for a sheet cake, and this was a mistake. The cake is quite heavy, so you need a thicker board. I cut the cake to connect them together, and because the board is so thin, this middle part, the buttercream was breaking. It wasn't the issue in my case, because I covered the cake in fondant. Just keep in mind. Usually for 3D cakes, I use the wooden board underneath. After connecting these two cakes, I realized that the left one is a little higher, so I just cut the excess off and smoothed with buttercream. To cover the cake, I used half of my homemade marshmallow fondant and half of Wilton Decorator Preferred, because it's more elastic. I kneaded them together very well because it's the key to avoid elephant skin. And for my design, I really needed the smooth finish. So then I rolled it into a rectangle the size of my sheet cake. And it was quite a workout. Then I used a scalpel to to poke all the air bubbles and cover the cake. I tried to stretch the fondant in the middle, but still I have some exposed cake, so I'm just cutting these stripes to cover it. And it actually works because the balloon, it has this middle seam. And now we are turning this number 8 into a foil balloon, so we need to add the folds. I'm starting with the larger ones first and then adding small ones. Then I'm making a seam all around the cake, and I'm using different tools for this. Sometimes it's just Dresden tools, sometimes this one because it's bigger and makes more deep indentations. So use whatever is working for you, just keep in mind that longer folds should be deeper. To paint the cake, we are going to use luster dust with alcohol, and I apply it with a brush to show you that it will not work. To achieve this shiny effect, we will need the airbrush. I didn't dye my fondant, so I'm applying the yellow first and then the gold. And look, it's really starting to shine. I added some black in the holes and on the sides, and that's it. So this is the final cake. I really like how it turned out, and I think it's super easy to make. So you should try. And if you will, please leave a comment, and thank you for watching. Bye!